Hi, this is Larry.
And this is Katie.
And we belong to a CSA, which means that every week we get a bag of fresh produce. At the end of last season, our farm did a survey and found the 5 veggies that ended up in the compost pile the most often. These so-called losers included things like kohlrabi and eggplant and fennel. So this summer, we're cooking with losers. Fresh from Spring Hill. Kohlrabi, a loser? Really? Kohlrabi has as much potassium as a banana, more vitamin C than an orange, and of all the brassica family, which includes broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, has the sweetest, most delicate flavor. But I get it. If you didn't, grow up with this thing, it looks a little weird and you probably wouldn't know what to do with it. Today I'm going to show you 3 really quick and really delicious ways to eat kohlrabi. And if you try one of these, I think you're going to like it. The first is a light and lemony kohlrabi slaw. And I'm going to start just by taking off the outer peel. In young, tender kohlrabi, you can probably eat this peel. As they get a little bit bigger, it might be kind of tough. So I'm going to go ahead and peel this. And then I'm going to chunk it up and run it through the grater on my food processor. Our shredded kohlrabi goes into a bowl. And then I'm going to chop up a little bit of whatever fresh herbs I happen to have around. Today I've got some basil and some parsley. And then I'm going to make a very simple dressing of lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and pepper. Lemon goes really well with the flavor of kohlrabi. So the dressing just goes over the top of the herbs and the kohlrabi, and all of this just gets tossed together. And then you can give it a taste and see if you think it needs more lemon juice or maybe more salt or pepper. Yum. Our next recipe is a roasted kohlrabi with Parmesan cheese. And we're going to start again by peeling our kohlrabi, and then we'll cut this up into some nice chunks for roasting. And these chunks are going to get tossed with some olive oil, some salt, and a grated clove of garlic. And these go into a pan, and they're going to roast in the oven at about 400 degrees Fahrenheit. After about 20 minutes, they're just starting to brown, and I'm just going to stir them around a bit so that we get some browning happening on all sides. And then that'll go back in the oven for another 10 minutes or so. Well, now that we've got some good browning going on here, our last step is to top it with some grated Parmesan cheese and then just put it back in the oven until that cheese gets nice and melty and delicious. So here we have our lemony herbal kohlrabi slaw, our delicious garlic Parmesan roasted kohlrabi, and for the final recipe, I want to show you what I heard was Mike's favorite way to eat kohlrabi, and it just requires kohlrabi, some salt, and a beer. And I think the proper technique is you take the kohlrabi, you dip it in a little salt, and then have a sip of beer. It's better than pretzels.